Well, good morning, gentlemen. It's been a busy morning in here, working on some of the electrical stuff, just getting things squared away. And, like with anything that I do, I like to think about things and think about how certain things relate to life. And I was thinking about electricity, and while I'm sitting here trying to figure out all these wires, because I have no clue what I'm doing when it comes to electrical, I was kind of thinking about how electrical circuits kind of relate to our lives. And I was kind of putting two to two together, and I thought about a few things I wanted to share with you. And so I figured I'd take a minute to stop what I'm doing and kind of share my thoughts with you. The way I was thinking about it, running these electrical circuits, I was thinking about how our lives are kind of like the end of an electrical circuit. If my life, my body, who I am, me as a person, is the end of a certain electrical circuit, there's points in my life where we, the electrical wire, it comes out of the box and it moves its way to another box and it stops there, right? Then it comes out of that box and it moves to another box and it stops there. Then it comes out of that box and moves to another box and it makes its way all the way around, going to different outlets, different light switches, different lights. The same circuit can go to all these different places, having different usefulness in every space, controlling something different, making something look a little bit different. And it all comes back to the circuit board, right? To the breaker box. Then it goes from the breaker box into its own breaker. That one circuit, this one wire, known as a circuit, goes into a breaker. That breaker is connected to a larger breaker, right here, the main breaker. That main breaker is then connected to the power grid outside, right? And but it all ends or begins, more so, with that single box, that single outlet, that single light switch. And if I am that light switch, that outlet, I move around and I have different usefulness in different areas. I could begin my life, as an outlet where people can plug in. I can give out electricity. They can kind of use what I have to help them recharge. And then I can move along, and next thing you know, I'm a light switch. All right? I'm giving people hope, right? I'm kind of turning on certain areas of their life. Or I move up and now I'm the actual light outlet, right? I'm now that light bulb that somebody else can kind of turn on, and all of a sudden I'm a light to somebody else. I'm showing people different ways to go. I'm kind of helping them figure different things out, figure out where to go, or helping them see things they didn't see before. And we can all do any of those. We all have those attributes in our lives at times, and at different times we can be used for different things. And it's all connected. All right, we're all connected into one thing there, but it all ends and comes. Our life is just this one single strand of wire, connects to different places, and ends in this breaker box. Now, when I end in that breaker box, that's where my portion of life ends. That's where everything I can do ends. After that, how do I get power? Where do I recharge at? Where does what I have come from? It comes from the main breaker. It comes from that outside power grid. That outside power grid, to me, represents God. If I don't have that outside power grid, if I turn off that main breaker and I say, you know what, I don't need God in my life. I don't need help. I can do all this. I can power these lights. I can help people recharge. I can do all that myself. But I turn off that main breaker to that power grid, all of that stops. It's all a train wreck. I can't really show people where to go. I can tell them that I can show them where to go, but I can't be a light to them. I can't help people recharge without being connected to that main power grid. So, we all have the ability. The moral of the story, I guess the way I'm thinking it, is we all have the ability to help people recharge. We all have the ability to be able to help people turn a light on. We all have the ability to be the light, to help people, show them where to go. But we have to be connected to that main power grid. We can go all the way back to the source, and we can be right there, as close as this wire that's going to be right here is to this main breaker. We could be right there. But if we haven't turned on that main breaker, if we don't have that personal connection with God, we can end up really hurting somebody. We could end up thinking we're showing them the way, but really there's no light there. They can plug into us thinking they're going to get recharged, and we can think we're recharging them, but we're not doing anything but harm. We're just draining the life right out of them. We're draining every bit of energy out of them instead of putting energy into them. So I want to encourage you guys to stay connected to that main breaker. And I know a lot of people, especially with YouTube, you get a lot of slack about people and their religious beliefs. And for me, it's not religious at all. I don't like the term religion, and I am one of those sort of Christians. I don't like religion at all. I'm not saying you have to follow a set of rules. I'm saying you need to be connected to the person who created you. There's a ridiculous amount of proof that Christ walked the earth. A gentleman named Jesus from Nazareth. I mean, there's records throughout history that show that he's alive, or he was a man, and genealogically he was a person. But it takes faith to believe that he was God himself. He was the Son of God. And if you have that faith, I encourage you to keep grounded and listen to what I'm saying. If you don't, or you have questions, you can always comment down below, message me, call me on my personal cell phone, shoot me an email, whatever. I'll let you know and explain why I believe what I believe and why I'm so strong about my faith. There's too much proof in my life. And I'm not going to bash you because of what you believe, but I am going to let you know why I believe what I believe. So I just want to encourage you guys to stay connected. Stay connected to that main power grid. Because without that main power grid, you have nothing to offer the world. You can't do what God created you to do if you're turning off that main breaker. And that's all I have for today. I just wanted to give you a little epiphany that hit me while I was working on this wiring. So I'll see you guys another day, and I appreciate you sticking around. If you like this video, give me a big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. If you're still watching this video, I appreciate it. That helps out a lot. And make sure you drop a comment down. Just let me know how I'm doing, how you're liking the videos. That would be great. But I'll see you guys later.